Hi everyone, I'm really sorry I wasn't able to attend the Emerson Network meeting last week. I miss seeing you all, and I'm very sorry also that my illness meant Kim wasn't able to join you because I'd offered to give her a lift. One of the inputs I had planned to make during the meeting was an overview of the English Enhancement Programme and the staff development opportunities that it offers, and I also forgot to send these slides to Mark. So I'm really sorry about that. What I've done very quickly this morning is to put a quick commentary over those slides, and I hope this presentation, this screencast, gives you the information that I would have shared with you last week. As you saw last week, the English Enhancement Programme is very similar to Maths Enhancement Programme in terms of its aim, which is to prepare FE teachers to rise to the challenge of teaching GCSE English language to young people as they move on to college. The programme runs from October through to the end of the summer term next year, and the national target for enrolments is 1,400. But of that 1,400, 225 participants are intended to be delegates on Train the Trainer events. We'll have a look at the different pathways in just a moment, but you will see that some of them are Train the Trainer events, but two of them are direct delivery events for teachers who wish to learn how to deliver a GCSE English language qual. And finally, the cost per participant is £100, and they need to be working within an SFA or an EFA funded provider. When you have these slides, if you click on the link at the top where it says website, you'll be taken to the English Enhancement site, which gives you plenty of information about the different staff development opportunities offered through the programme. You'll find that there are 5 pathways, and I'll talk you through those in the next 2 or 3 slides. You'll also find that there's what they call an audit tool, which is designed to support teachers in deciding which of the pathways they should follow. You'll find that there's a calendar of events and courses that are running around the country, and you'll find that there's an online booking form as well, which teachers need to complete if they want to book onto any of the listed courses. If you have any difficulties with the website, don't hesitate to give me a ring or send me an email, and I'll be very happy to help you. If you click on the hyperlink text, you'll be taken to a folder that contains information handouts about each of the 5 pathways. You'll see that the first 3 pathways are Train the Trainer courses for experienced GCSE English teachers who want just to come along to a one-day course to look at a pack of materials that they can then use to run a staff development event for their own teachers in their own institution. So those pathways 1 to 3 are for experienced GCSE English teachers. Most inquiries I'm getting at the moment are for pathways 4 and 5. Now, these pathways are what are called direct delivery events, and they are for teachers who may have a background as functional English teachers or as ESOL teachers or as perhaps novice GCSE English teachers. But they obviously look at how you deliver a GCSE English programme. Now, they can either be offered in-house, so a provider might want to have a course run in its own organisation for its own staff, or there will be what are called open events, and on the final slide of this presentation I'll tell you about the open events I'm currently planning with providers around the region. So on the next 2 slides I'm going to talk in more detail about pathways 4 and 5. So this is pathway 4, which is covered in 2 training days and 3 blended learning modules. As you can see, there are 7 modules altogether, but 4 of them are covered in the 2 face-to-face training days. The first 2 modules are relatively brief and cover background information about current issues in the development of GCSEs and the increased importance attached to it by this current government, and there's information in the second module about the general structure and content of a GCSE. On the 2 face-to-face training days, that's when participants have a chance to look at the differences between a functional English and a GCSE English qualification, and then look in some depth at the kind of knowledge and skills that learners need to develop in order to complete the course. There's an opportunity to look at controlled assessments and some sample exam papers, and I'm aware that some of you are offering an IGCSE, and so the sessions on controlled assessments can be adapted. The core contents will still be really useful because the controlled assessments do look in some depth at the kind of critical reading skills and the creative writing skills that learners need to develop, either to complete controlled assessments or they are the kind of skills that they will need in order to complete the IGCSE exams anyway. The final module is a language refresher module, which gives teachers a chance to brush up on their own personal skills in English and looks at some core topics like word classes, grammar, punctuation, language features. So that's a quick overview of the content of Pathway 4, and as I mentioned earlier, if you download the information sheet you'll have more information about that particular pathway. And finally, this is Pathway 5, which is covered in 4 face-to-face training days, and there's some web-based material as well. So instantly you can see this is a longer course in terms of face-to-face contact, but the contents that is covered on the course is in many ways very similar to Pathway 4 in terms of there's some background information about GCSE English language qualifications, and then a focus on the reading and writing papers and the controlled assessments. Given the fact that this pathway consists of 4 training days, this particular package gives teachers more opportunities to explore pedagogy, and there's time built into each of those training days for teachers to consider how they might adapt particular techniques or approaches for use in their own institution. So both pathways cover similar content, and but obviously a key factor for many providers is the amount of time people have to attend the face-to-face training days. As I mentioned earlier, both pathways 4 and 5 can be offered as in-house programs, or they can be offered as open events. So if you as a provider have 10 or more of your own staff who want to do one of those pathways, complete an inquiry form or get in touch with me and we can begin to plan for a course to be run in your own institution. On the other hand, many providers only have 1 or 2 staff who might want to do one of the courses, and for those staff we're planning some open events, and I'm currently in discussion with Broadland Council Training Services in Norwich and Cambridge Regional College to run 2 open courses to which participants from any provider would be welcome. And as soon as I have dates of those events, I'll circulate them to you all. If you have any queries at all about the information you find on the Enhancement Programme website, don't hesitate to drop me an email, and I'll be very, very happy to help. Again, I'm really sorry that I wasn't at the network meeting last week, but I hope to be in touch with some of you about the English Enhancement Programme, and I hope to see all of you again at the network meeting in the spring term. I hope this screencast has been helpful.